My name is Chris. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing Leetcode problem 748, shortest completing word with JavaScript. This is easy problem. So given a string license plate and an array of strings words, find the shortest completing word in words. A completing word is a word that contains all the letters in license plate. Ignore numbers and spaces in license plate and treat letters as case insensitive. If a letter appears more than once in license plate, then it must appear in the word the same number of times or more. Return the shortest completing word in words. It is guaranteed an answer exists. If there are multiple shortest completing words, return the first one that occurs in words. Okay. I skipped this paragraph because we can just look at the examples here. So license plate has these letters, right? There's one capital S, but we want to just ignore case. So that's going to be step one, is creating an array, then looping through license plate, checking to see if the character is a letter. If it is, we push the lowercase letter into that array. So then we need to check all the words in words. So then we loop through words and we check each word to make sure, or to see if all the letters in our array with letters in it, if all those are included in the word. If they are, then we'll push that into another array called complete words. From there, we just need to loop through complete words and figure out what the shortest word is, and then push that into another array I'm going to call the shortest complete words. So whatever the shortest length of the word is, we push all those into shortest complete words, and then we just return the one at the earliest index in words. It's a quick synopsis of what we're going to do here. And here, if you look at this, for example, real quick, the only letter is S. There's an S in all of these words. The shortest length of words is pest, stew, and show. Pest occurs first, so the output is pest. Okay, let's grab this, and let's move to the code pen. And there's our variables. Now let's create our function. Func. So first thing we want to do is we're going to push into letters any letters that exist in license plate. So we're going to loop through license plate for let I equals 0 if I is less than license plate dot length I plus plus. We gotta be logging this all in the console too. So let's make sure this is working. Did I spell something wrong? There we go. I must have. Cool. All right, and then we can use a regex in an if statement to see if it's a letter. So we'll just say if, here's our regex. We're going to include all the letters possible. So if this is true, push letters. I know I'm going to spell license plate wrong again at some point. So I'm going to just keep copying that. I.to lowercase, because we want them all to be lowercase. Let's return letters, make sure that's all cool. Good. So that's what we want to see. All right, so next step is to loop through the words. And this is going to make sure that we're going to look for words that contain all the letters and letters, right? I is less than words dot length I plus plus. So I'm going to create a variable called isIn. Oops. I'm going to set that to true. And then we're going to create an array to store each word. Okay. We also need a variable here called comp words, stands for complete words. Okay, and then the array, so let temp array. So this is going to be the words split up into an array. So let's console.log temp array. Awesome. That's what we want. Now what we're going to do is we're going to loop through letters. I know this is a little nutty to put this inside here, but it works. So j equals 0, j is less than letters, dot length, j plus plus. Then here we can use an if-else statement, and we can say if temp array dot includes letters at letters at j. Let's see. Yep. So why does it say it's not? Oh. All right, good. So if it includes it, what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of that letter in temporary array. So we're going to define the index of that. Say temp array dot index of letters at j, right? And then we're going to use the splice method to get rid of it in temp array, right? So the reason why we're doing this is because, well, I'll explain. Let's do this first, and then if the letter doesn't exist, we're going to set isIn to false. And then once we leave this inner loop, here we can say if is in, if that's true, we push into complete words and I. So let's return count words. step and steps. Okay, that is incorrect. Why is that? Okay. So I equals 0. Okay, that's all correct. This is correct. J equals 0. J is less than letters dot length with J plus plus. If temp array dot includes letters at J, we let index, because this needs to be 1. Cool. Okay, so the reason why we're doing this, and that just was a happy accident, because that's going to display what would happen if you don't do this, right? So if I turn this off, comment it out, it's going to have steps. Well, it has everything. Interesting. Well, whatever. Let me explain this. So, because license plate has 2 S's, what we're doing is we're checking to see, we're going to get to, I should be, you know what? Hold on. SPST, right? These are the 3 letters, right? So, we're taking S and we're checking step, and we're saying, is that in step? Well, it is, right? So we need to remove it from step, right? Because then when we get to this S, if we don't remove it, it's still going to see an S in there, right? So that's why we got to do that. All right, so now what we need to do is we need to sort this. So sort comp words dot sort, and we're sorting by length. Now this isn't going to make any difference for this example, so we should probably grab the other one. Oops. There we go. Cool. And so now you're seeing basically, all of these words contain S. That's the only letter in there. So all the words are going into comp words. But if we didn't do this, sort, right? Looks would be first, right? And because that's the word it occurs. But since when we sort it by length, looks is going to be last because the other 3 words have 4 characters and looks is 5. So that's going to help us here, because what we're going to do now is we're going to loop through comp words. I'm going to use the map method. Word. So we're going to say if word dot length. Oh, I forgot something here. We also need a variable called length. I'm going to set this to infinity. We also need an array, shortest complete words. All right. So now we can say if word.length is less than or equal to length, we're going to reassign length to word.length. push into, whoops, jeez. I didn't call it complete, I called it comp. Cool. So now, if we return shortest comp words, there you go. So we only want the first one, right? And there's our answer, right? So when we sort it, since we're sorting it by length, it's not going to reorder the words with a length of 4, right? See what I mean? So that's how we can get away with just returning the first element of shortest complete words, because they're going to occur in the same order, right? All right, let's grab all the code and move to Leetcode and make sure this is working. Let's format it, run the tests. Cool. Submit it. Fantastic. It's nice and fast too. All right, hopefully you found this video enjoyable and helpful. If you did, please like it. It helps my channel grow. If you'd like to see more like these, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again real soon.